Hello, friends, and happy Tuesday. Welcome back to Kurt Berglund's Baseball World. And today we're doing a doubleheader of sorts. We have Superstar Baseball going on right now. And that has proven to be very intriguing for many of you. So we're going to keep it coming. It's the one and done franchise all-star tournament that uses the cards Phil Graham created and are available for free on Delphi Tabletop Sports Forum. But we are also tonight at 6 p.m. Central doing the first secondary store of 2022, where there will be a ton of baseball simulation materials available for you for purchase. So on my channel tonight at 6 p.m. Central, come on back and take a look at what we have in the secondary store for you. It is a wide range of sims as well as considerable depth. There's a lot of products. We haven't done a secondary store, I don't think, since November. And I'm going to try and do one now every 3 or 4 weeks. So they are back, and 2022 promises to be better than ever for the secondary store. All right, so with that out of the way, let's get back to Superstar Baseball. Random team pairings in the first round. What I do is I grab the first team out of the pile blindly, and that's the home team. I grab the second team out of the pile blindly, and that becomes the visiting team. So, today's pairing is going to be a really good one, I think, because both of these teams, if things had worked out differently, I think figured to make a deep run in the tournament. It is the St. Louis Cardinals at the San Francisco/New York Giants. So we are loaded with Hall of Famers, past and present, and I think it's going to be a great game. The pitching matchup was very difficult to decide upon, just like the starting lineups for these games are really difficult to choose. But for the visiting Cardinals, I decided on Dizzy Dean to get the start. And for the Giants, I went a little bit maybe of a surprise starter, not Christy Matheson, not Juan Marichal, but I'm going with Madison Bumgarner. And so there'll be it's Dizzy Dean against Madison Bumgarner, righty versus lefty. Going to be, I think, a very interesting ball game. Glad you're with me. Don't forget to click like and subscribe to my channel. And let's get to today's starting lineup. Leading off for the St. Louis Cardinals, as is no surprise, left fielder Lou Brock. Batting second baseman Rogers Hornsby. Batting third, right fielder Stan Musial. Batting fourth, first baseman Albert Pujols. Batting fifth, designated hitter Ted Simmons. Batting sixth, center fielder Jim Edmonds. Batting eighth, third baseman Matt Carpenter. Batting ninth, catcher Yadier Molina. And I'm batting eighth is Yadi Molina. And batting ninth, shortstop Ozzie Smith. On the mound is right-hander Dizzy Dean, who, as you can see from his card, can be used as both a starter and reliever. So we're going to be using the left column as a starter in today's game. For the home standing, San Francisco/New York Giants, Bobby Bonds leads off in right field. Batting second, it's catcher Buster Posey. Oops, skipped a guy. Batting third, left fielder Barry Bonds. Batting fourth, center fielder Willie Mays. Batting fifth, designated hitter Willie McCovey. Batting sixth, first baseman Orlando Cepeda. No, I'm wrong. Got that out of order. Batting 6th is third baseman Mel Ott. Batting 7th is first baseman Orlando Cepeda. Batting 8th is second baseman Jeff Kent. Batting 9th is shortstop Brandon Crawford. On the mound, lefty Madison Bumgarner. And let's talk about team defense now for a moment. The Cardinals have 67 defense points. That means that the automatic outs for Dizzy Dean, starting the game anyway, will be 12, 14, and 15. I'm going to write that right by Dizzy on the scorecard so I don't forget. And for Madison Bumgarner, the Giants have a team defense rating of 62, and that makes their automatic outs 12, 13, and 14. I'm going to write those by Bumgarner's name on my scorecard. The dice, as you probably know with Superstar Baseball, are a little bit different. So let's take a quick look at those. We read the black die first, then we add the white and the yellow dice to get a number. That number will end up being between 10 and 39. But first we roll on the pitcher's card, and if that is open, then we go and re-roll on the batter's card. If we get a K on the pitcher's card, we re-roll on the batter's card, and if it turns into an out, then that becomes a strikeout. We're going to be using the optional X chart in the game, but we are not going to be using injuries, which could happen on the optional X chart. All right, I think that covers everything. We are ready to roll. Lou Brock stepping in against Madison Bumgarner, and here's the first pitch of the game. Is a 25. That's an open result on Bumgarner's card, so Brock swings. We get a 34, and that's a base hit, and Lou Brock is on first with a single. Now, we check Buster Posey, his defense rating, and there is no I next to his throwing, which means that we do not reduce Lou Brock from his stealing rating. He is a 5. He remains a 5. Had Posey had an I next to his defense, we would have subtracted 1, and Brock would have gone down to a 4. So Brock is at first. Here comes Hornsby against Mad Bum. And Bumgarner to the stretch and the delivery. Hornsby takes the pitch, and there goes Brock. That's a 26. Now we look at the stolen base chart. We find the 5, which is Brock's rating. We see the roll for a 26, and we see that Brock steals second safely. Posey's throw down to Jeff Kent is late, and Brock steals second. So he's in scoring position now with nobody out. Hornsby behind in the count 0-1. Bumgarner's next pitch, that's a 36. That's hit in the air. Let's see where that goes. That's a 3. And that's hit to left field. Under it is Barry Bonds, and he puts it away for out number 1. Holding is Brock. And now it'll be Musial coming to the plate. Bumgarner the stretch, and the delivery is a 15. We check the automatic outs. It is not 1, so we re-roll on Musial's card. It's a 24, and it's to right and deep. Back goes Bobby Bonds. Gone. 2-0 Cardinals at the stick. We're playing at cold, windy Candlestick Park. All right, 1 gone now. Or 2 on. 2 in, 1 gone. Pitch to Pujols is a 19, and he walks him. It's a one-and-done tournament. So, yeah. Things are getting a little testy in the Giants clubhouse in the Giants dugout. Simmons up. Bumgarner's pitch is a 34. That's an open. Simmons swings and hits it in the air. Where does it go? It goes to left one more time. Barry Bonds under it and makes the catch as Pujols retreats to first. There's 2 gone in the first now for Jimmy Edmonds. The difficulty making the Cardinal lineup is the number of left-handed hitters they have, and that was what was attractive to me about starting Bumgarner. I considered Carl Hubble as well, but what the heck? We're going with Mad Bum. That's a 15. That's not a defensive, not an automatic out. And this is hit in the air. It is Bobby Bonds for out number 3, and the Cardinals settle for 2 on 2 hits. They don't leave anybody. After a half an inning, St. Louis is up 2-0 on the San Francisco / New York Giants. So Dizzy Dean has a lead before he even gets to the mound. It'll be Bobby Bonds, Buster Posey, and Barry Bonds in the San Francisco first. Surprise starter here, but I don't know. I loved him. I love Bobby Bonds. Power speed combo. That's an open result for Dizzy Dean. Bobby Bonds, the ball 4. Now, he's at first. We check Molina's defense, and we see that Molina does have an I next to his defensive rating, which means that on Bobby Bonds, we subtract 1 from his stealing rating of 3, and he's down to a 2. Buster Posey up now. Dean the stretch, and the delivery to Buster is 17, and that's a walk. So maybe Dizzy's got a little case of the yips going on early. And here's Barry Bonds in the bottom of the first with a couple of guys on and nobody out. Diz, the stretch, and the delivery is hit in the air, but where does it go? It goes to right field. Under it is Stan Musial. Bobby Bonds is going to hold, and there's 1 down. Willie Mays up now. Dean, the stretch, and the delivery is a 36. That's an open. So Mays swings and drills it to right center and deep. This is going to get over Edmonds' head. He's going to one-hop the wall. Scoring is Bobby Bonds. Here comes Buster Posey around third. The relay from Rogers Hornsby to Matt Carpenter is not in time, and Mays has a 2-run triple. We are tied at 2 in the bottom of the first. This is the kind of game I kind of thought we were going to get. A 2-2 ball game, 1 out, bottom of the first. Infield at normal depth, and we have an X-chart rating, X-chart result. Let's see what happens on the optional X-chart is a 25, and a 25 on the optional X-chart is a wild pitch that goes to the screen. Willie Mays trots home with run number 3, and it's 3-2 Giants. So McCovey has no one on base now. He's ahead in the count 0-1. The pitch from Diz. Open result. McCovey's going to swing. That's a base hit for McCovey, and that's going to get the Cardinal bullpen going because, yeah. So, the long man today for St. Louis is not warming up. Instead, it's going to be Jason Isringhausen starting to throw in the Cardinal bullpen with 1 out. McCovey's at first, and here comes Mel Ott. Not a frequent third baseman, but he is today. Got to fit 1 more bat in the lineup, so I put Mel at third. Dean the stretch. The pitch to McCovey is the 32, and hey, struck him out. 2 gone in the first. Now it's Cepeda. Cepeda's up. McCovey's at first. Dean the stretch. The delivery is a 22, and he walks him. Third walk in the first inning for Dizzy Dean. He's looking in at the home plate umpire, Ray Charles, and not liking what he sees. Jeff Kent up. 2 on, 2 outs for the Giants. Pitch from Dizzy is open. Kent, base hit. Jeff Kent delivers a base hit. Now, that's to right field. Charging hard is Musial. McCovey is no speedster. He's going to hold at third, and the bases are dripping with Giants with 2 outs and Brandon Crawford up. Isringhausen is really throwing hard now in the Cardinal bullpen. Dean, the stretch, the delivery is open. Crawford swings. Hey, struck him out, and Dizzy Dean humps up on the fastball and blows it by the Giants shortstop. But San Francisco gets 3 in the top of the first on 3 hits, and they leave 3 thanks to the wildness by the old Diz. So after 1, it's San Francisco 3, St. Louis 2, and Mad Bum has a little bit of a lead as we start the second inning. Alrighty. So it's Matt Carpenter, Yadier Molina, and Ozzie Smith coming up for St. Louis in inning number 2. The pitch from Bumgarner is open. Carpenter swings, and he hits one to left field. Under it is Barry Bonds for out number 1. Sorry about that. Now it's Yadi Molina. Hall of Famer, you think? There's some division about this guy being a Hall of Famer. I don't know. Tell me what you think in the comments. Bumgarner winds and deals to Molina. That's open. Yadi swings and lifts it in the air to right field. This is Bobby Bonds for out number 2. And Ozzie Smith coming up. The number 9 hitter in the Cardinal order today. Bumgarner winds and deals. Hey, struck him out, and that's Madison's first strikeout of the ball game. We go to the bottom of the second with your score. San Francisco 3, St. Louis 2. Bumgarner restored a little bit of order in the second inning. Let's see if Dizzy Dean can do the same. Top of the order coming for the G-Men. Bobby Bonds walked and scored in the first. The pitch from Diz is an open result. Bobby swings and lifts one in the air. This is Stan Musial, and he puts it away for out number 1. Buster Posey. People are, speaking of Hall of Famers, I don't know. You got Molina, you got Posey. If you had to pick one, which one gets in? That's an interesting question, too. The pitch from Dizzy Dean is an open result. Posey swings. And against the right-hander, he hits it in the air to right field. Musial one more time. Puts it away for out number 2. Now it's Barry Bonds. With 2 outs and nobody on, Diz winds and deals, and he walks Bonds. So this is walk number 4 as Willie Mays comes to the plate. The delivery from Dizzy Dean. I struck him out. Number 3 for Diz, and he gets out of the second pretty much unscathed. We go to the third. It's San Francisco 3, St. Louis 2. First inning, not unlike the first round of Hagler and Hearns. And that'll be top of the order for St. Louis against Mad Bum, Brock, Hornsby, and Musial. Lefty, righty, lefty against the left-handed Bumgarner. The delivery is an open result to Lou Brock. And there's another base hit, this time to left field. Barry Bonds throws it back in, and Lou is aboard. Is he going to get adventurous one more time? Hornsby at the plate, Bumgarner the stretch, and the delivery home. There goes Brock. It's a 36. Brock is a 5, and he steals second as the throw is late to Kent one more time from Posey. Lou Brock running wild on the Giants. Hornsby behind in the count, 0-1. Chance to tie the game for St. Louis. Hornsby's 0 for 1. The pitch is a 13. That is an automatic out. Pops it up. And it's Buster Posey in foul territory, throws away the mask and makes the catch for out number 1. So Hornsby fouls out, and now it's Stan Musial. This is what I'm talking about with this Cardinal lineup. You got Brock, Musial, Edmonds, Carpenter, all left-handed batters. And I don't know. It was a tough call. Musial homered in the first. Brock's at second. There's one out. Bumgarner the stretch, and the delivery is an open result. And it's a base hit for Musial. Charging hard is Willie Mays. Brock puts on the brakes at third base. There's Cardinals at the corners with one out for Pujols. San Francisco is going to play at double play depth for Pujols. Bumgarner the stretch, and the delivery. Open result on Bumgarner's card. Pujols swings, and he hits a ground ball. Now, I think there's going to be, let's see. We have to look at the ground out force chart. We have first and third. We've got a manager's decision. Force out at second. The run scores if not the third out. Batter safe at first. Or the batter's out at first. The runner on first goes to second. The runner on third holds. That's when we're going to choose. So Jeff Kent gloves it. Holds Brock at third and makes the throw to Cepeda for the out as Musial goes to second base. So there's 2 men in scoring position now with 2 outs for Simmons. Ted is 0 for 1. Infield at normal depth. The pitch from Bumgarner is a 13, and it's going to be popped up. Drifting into foul territory is Orlando Cepeda, and he will put it away for out number 3. So the Cardinals threaten. They get 2 on with 1 out, but they don't score. After 2.5, it's still San Francisco 3 and St. Louis 2. One very good team is going to be eliminated because of this game. Going to be very interesting to see who survives. Then in round 2, I think I'm going to seed the teams that are left. All right, so McCovey, Ott, and Cepeda come up lefty, lefty, righty for the Giants in the third. Pitch from Dizzy Dean is a 13. That's not an automatic out. McCovey hits it in the air, as was his custom. This one is to center field. Jimmy Edmonds back a few steps and puts it away for out number 1. Mel Ott coming up. He struck out in the first. Polo Grounds were Mel Ott's best friend. The pitch. Open result for Dizzy Dean. He faced Mel Ott plenty in his career, and that's hit in the air as well. No ground balls, or not too many today. These guys are going for the downs. And this is to center. One more chance for Jimmy Edmonds for out number 2. And here's Cepeda. Diz with 2 outs and nobody aboard. Pitch to Cepeda is open. Orlando swings. Hey, struck him out. Number 4 for Orlando Cepeda. I'm sorry, for Dizzy Dean. 4 in a row retired by Dizzy Dean. And that will retire the Giants in the 3rd. So we go to the 4th with your scores. San Francisco 3, St. Louis 2. Edmonds, Carpenter, Molina, lefty, righty going against the dealings of Madison Bumgarner. Let's see here. All right. So Edmonds is 0 for 1. Bumgarner winds and deals. Is a 31, and I struck him out. Number 2 for Bumgarner. Is Madison Bumgarner an all-time great? I don't know. Where do you put him? Carpenter up. His recent performances make you forget how incredible he used to be. He used to tear up my Brewers unbelievably. Of course, now, I don't know what happened with him, but boy, when he was good, he was something else. 0 for 1. 20 on Bumgarner's card is an open result. Carpenter with a 13. That's a base hit. He goes the other way. Barry Bonds throws it back in, and Carpenter's aboard. Here's Molina. Bumgarner hoping for a double play ball. Molina's 0 for 1. Madison the stretch and the delivery. That's an open result. So Yachty swings, and that's hit in the air. And it's Bobby Bonds toward the line, making the catch for out number 2 as Matt Carpenter returns to first. And here's Ozzie, who's 0 for 1. He struck out in the second. Bumgarner, open result. Ozzie Smith. That's hit on the ground. And that's going to Brandon Crawford, who gloves it and goes the short way to Jeff Kent covering, and that will retire the Cardinals in inning number 4. So Bumgarner isn't dominating anybody, but he's getting the job done and nursing a 1-run lead. Now we'll see if Dizzy Dean can hold serve. We're in the bottom of the 4th. It's 3-2 Giants. Loser goes home. Kent is 1 for 1. The pitch. Open result on Dizzy Dean's card. Kent swings. He hits it on the ground. Where's this going? It's going to Albert Pujols, who's going to take it himself to first for out number 1. Now it's Brandon Crawford, the shortstop. Tough call here, too. Chris Spire. Chris Spire was a pretty good player. And I had Alvin Dark, and I don't know. Alvin Dark's defense is a +3. Brandon Crawford's is a +11. So I took Crawford because I thought the defense alone was significant difference. But you could make a case Crawford's offense was better than Dark's too. Dizzy Dean wines and deals. This is an X chart result. And a 35 on the X chart. He hit him. He dotted Brandon Crawford. Came a little too far inside. Purpose pitch? Probably not. But with Diz, you can't be too sure. Here's Bobby Bonds, 1 out, 1 on now for San Francisco. They're looking for insurance, or as they say in Central Illinois, insurance. Diz, the stretch, and the delivery to Bobby is open. So Bobby's going to get his hacks. And he lifts this one in the air. Left field, Lou Brock under it and makes the catch as Crawford retreats to first base. And now it's Buster Posey. Dizzy Dean, the stretch. The delivery is a 31, and hey, struck him out. Number 5 for the Diz. We've played 4 complete. It's San Francisco 3, St. Louis 2. We have the good game I expected. We go to the top of the 5th, and it's the top of the Cardinal order. Brock, Hornsby, and Musial coming up. Don't forget tonight, 6 p.m. Central, secondary store. Lots of good stuff for purchase. And I ship amazingly promptly. So check out what we got up for sale. All kinds of games, all kinds of teams, all kinds of seasons. I've had almost 6 months to accumulate stuff for you, and I got a good shipment. Got a good inventory. Brock is 2 for 2. Run scored, a pair of stolen bases. Bumgarner winds and delivers. That's an open result. Lou swings. Base hit for Brock. He's on again with a 3 for 3 day. Now they got to be watching him. In fact, now the Giants bullpen is starting to stir. And, boy, oh boy. See, it's tough to make these calls too. You know, you got, boy, oh boy. You got all sorts of guys here. Boy, oh boy. Well, timeout. All right, we got the guys I'm looking for here. We got Greg Minton and Gary Lavelle. These guys were so good. Late 70s, early 80s, and they got no credit. But Greg Minton went about 40 years with giving up no home runs. He set a record. I think it still stands. He went like 3 or 4 seasons with no home runs given up. Lavelle was tough too, so it's lefty-righty, double-barreled action in the Giants bullpen. Just the way I like it. We're in the 5th. Brock's at first, working on his lead, I assure you. And Hornsby at the plate. 0 for 2 for Rogers Hornsby. Bumgarner the stretch. There goes Brock. Hornsby takes the pitch. The throwdown from Buster Posey to Jeff Kent is not in time. He's under the tag. A 24 is good enough for the steal. Brock with his 3rd stolen base, and he's giving Buster Posey fits. In fact, they got to be careful because now he might go to 3rd or try to steal 3rd. Brock trying to steal this ball game. Nobody's out. We're in the 5th. Hornsby at the plate. Bumgarner the stretch. The delivery. There goes Brock. One more time. He's heading to 3rd. The throwdown from Posey to Mel Ott is not in time. Brock steals his way to third base. 4 stolen bases in the game for Brock, and now Giants have to play their infield in. Hornsby, the count 1-1. Bumgarner, the stretch, the delivery. It's an open result on Bumgarner's card. Hornsby swings. Base hit, tie game. Just that easy. Brock singles, steals his way to third base, and Rogers Hornsby ties the game with a base hit of his own. 3-3 in the top of the 5th. We got a great one. This is going to be a classic. Musial at the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup, but Stan's won the matchup both times. He's 2 for 2. The pitch from Mad Bum is a 35. That's an open result. Stan swings. Hits it on the ground. Where's it going? Musial hits it to Brandon Crawford. He goes to Kent for 1. The relay to Cepeda is in time for a rally-killing, soul-crushing 6-4-3 double play turned by the Gents. And there's 2 gone now, just what Bumgarner needed, and Pujols coming to the plate. Albert's 0 for 1. The pitch from Bumgarner, that's a 13, and that's going to be a line drive caught by a diving Mel Ott. And that will retire the Cardinals in the 5th, but they get a run thanks to the legs of Lou Brock. On 2 hits, we're halfway through this one, but we've decided nothing. Your score is St. Louis 3, San Francisco 3. Dizzy Dean with a new lease on life. Minton and Lavelle take a seat in the Cardinal bullpen, or in the Giant bullpen. It's the meat of the Giants' order in the bottom of the 5th. Barry Bonds, Willie Mays, Willie McCovey. Look at the names. Holy cow. The pitch. Open result on Dizzy's card. Barry Bonds swings. And it's a base hit for Barry Bonds. His first of the day. Lead run at first base, and here comes Willie Mays. Isringhausen starts to throw again in the Cardinal bullpen. It won't take him long to get ready. Mays has 1 for 2 today. Dean the stretch and the delivery to Willie. I struck him out with the broccoli cauliflower medley. Gas! 1 gone in the 5th. Now it's Big Mac. It's stretch against Diz. 1 for 2 for McCovey today. Bonds still at Barry Bonds still at first. The delivery is hit on the ground by McCovey. That will be handled by Jeff Kent. He's going to go to... I'm sorry, that's not true. It's going to be handled by Rogers Hornsby. He goes to Ozzie for 1, and the relay to Pujols is not in time as McCovey beats the rap at first. A hard slide by Barry Bonds breaks up 2. So McCovey's at first now for Mel Ott at the plate. Mel is 0 for 2 on the day. Dizzy Dean, unscored upon since the first. The pitch. That's an open result on Dizzy's card. Ott swings. And Mel's going to lift this one to left field. Curving toward the line. But Brock has room and time to get there. That will retire the Giants in the 5th. We go to the 6th with your score. Cardinals 3, Giants 3. Good ball game. Bumgarner back out. He's got Simmons, Edmonds, and Carpenter in his future. Talk about pitching for a moment. Bumgarner's gone 5 innings, of course, so far. He's allowed 7 hits. He's walked 1. He has struck out 2. Dizzy Dean has gone the same 5 innings. He's allowed 4 hits. He's walked 4 men. He's hit a batter. He has struck out 6. Both men have allowed 3 runs, and they're all earned. We're in the top of the 6th. Simmons at the plate. Bumgarner winds and deals to Ted Simmons. And that's a line drive caught by a diving cha-cha-cha. Orlando Cepeda tumbles and holds on. 1 gone in the Cardinals 6th. Jimmy Edmonds up. He's 0 for 2. Bumgarner winds and deals. That's an open result. Edmonds swings, and hey, struck him out. Strikeout number 3 for Bumgarner. It's the second time he's gotten Edmonds, and here's Matt Carpenter. Matt's 1 for 2. The pitch from Bumgarner, open. Carpenter swings. Hey, struck him out. Number 4. And just when you think fatigue is becoming an issue for Mad Bum, he cranks up the velocity a notch. So, we go to the bottom of the 6th with your score. Cardinals 3, Giants 3, and it's Dizzy Dean's turn to try to hold serve. Gonna move the proceedings over here. We're running out of scorecard space. Cepeda, Kent, and Crawford, 7, 8, 9, coming for the Giants in inning number 6. Cepeda's 0 for 1. The pitch from Dizzy Dean is hit on the ground to Matt Carpenter. To his left, he plants and throws to Pujols for out number 1. Jeff Kent coming up, 1 for 2. Bill James says Jeff Kent definitely not a Hall of Famer. I thought that was interesting. Not even gray area for Bill. He says definitely not. What do you think? Tell me in the comments. The glove is not, of course, Jeff Kent's strong suit. More home runs than any other second baseman who ever played. Does that get you in? Does that get you in the Hall of Fame? Kent is 1 for 2. The pitch from Diz is a 32, and hey, struck him out. Number 7. 2 gone in the 6th for the Giants, and it's Crawford, who has struck out and been dotted by a Dizzy Dean fastball in the 4th. Pitch from Dean, open. Crawford swings. Hey, struck him out. Number 8 for Diz. So he turns a shaky start into a blazing performance, and not blazing in the Blazing Saddles sense, but blazing in the sense of heat. The broccoli cauliflower medley. Top of the 7th, we're tied at 3. Bumgarner back out. Molina, Ozzie, and Brock, 8-9-1 in the Cardinal order. Getting late for both teams. The pitch from Mad Bum. The pitch to swing by Molina is to left and deep. Barry Bonds, warning track, wall, and it's gone. Yadi Molina gives the Cardinals a 4-3 lead. And now that's going to start action again in the Giants bullpen. Maybe a tick too late. Brian Wilson and Dave Righetti, lefty-righty double-barreled action throwing. Ozzy up 0 for 2. Mad Bum's pitch. Open. Ozzy swings. And it's a base hit for Ozzy Smith. That'll bring up Brock. This might be Bumgarner's last batter. Check Ozzy's speed. They've been running wild on Posey. He's a 4. Brock at the plate. Lefty-lefty matchup. Lou is 3 for 3. Pair runs scored and 4 stolen bases. Bumgarner the stretch and the delivery. There goes Ozzy. Brock takes the pitch. It's a 33. The throw from Posey down to Brandon Crawford is trouble. This one gets launched into center field. Willie Mays got to come in. Ozzy's going all the way to third base. They're giving him a stolen base and an E2. Posey tried to muscle up on that one, and he muscled up all the way to Willie Mays. Nobody out, an insurance run at third base, and you know what they call insurance in Central Illinois. Brock at the plate. Infield moves in for the Giants. Pitch to Lou. Popped him up. Calling for it is Orlando Cepeda, just barely in fair territory. He makes the catch for out number 1. Now it's Hornsby with Musial on deck. First base is open. They got a lot of ways they can play this. The problem, of course, is you're talking about 2 of the great hitters in all of baseball history in Hornsby and Musial, and then you got Pujols behind him. There's not a soft touch here in the group. All right, so the infield is in for San Francisco. They're going to pitch to Hornsby. 4-3 St. Louis, top of the 7th, 1 out. The delivery from Bumgarner is open on that, and so Hornsby swings, and he hits it on the ground. Wouldn't you know it? He hits it on the ground. That will be, because the infield is in, that is going to be hit to Cepeda, who's going to look at Ozzy, and Ozzy's going to freeze at third, and Cepeda will step on the bag, and that means 2 outs. And here comes Musial. That was a huge opportunity missed by the Cardinals, because now it's a lefty-lefty matchup. Pujols on deck. They're going to stick with Bumgarner. Ozzy's still at third. Now there's 2 outs in the 7th. 4-3 Cardinals. Pitch from Mad Bum. No. That is an open result. Musial swings. And that's hit on the ground. Mad Bum is going to get his way out of this thing. It's hit to Cepeda one more time, and he's going to step on the bag, and that will retire the side in the 7th. So the good news for the Cardinals, they get a run on a home run by Yadi Molina. The bad news is they strand an insurance run 90 feet away from home plate with nobody out. So that's the kind of thing that ends up costing teams games, but we'll see if that actually happens here. Bottom of the 7th, time to stretch them out at the stick. Top of the order for the Gents: Bobby Bonds, Buster Posey, Barry Bonds. Now, Dizzy Dean has retired 6 in a row. And I think it's going to be Time to get the bullpen ready for St. Louis. Grabowski and Worrell. Lefty-righty double-barreled action in the St. Louis bullpen. Bottom of the 7th, 4-3 St. Louis. The pitch to Bobby Bonds is a 33. That's an open result. Bonds hits it on the ground to Hornsby, and he boots it. It's into short right field. An error on the Cardinals' second baseman. Here comes Posey. Bunting rating is a B. Do you have Buster Bunt here? Dizzy Dean the stretch. Barry Bonds on deck. The delivery, he's not bunting. And that's an open result. Posey swings and hits it in the air. Buster hits it in the air. It will be caught by Lou Brock, and Bobby Bonds retreats to first base. There's one down. Now it's Barry Bonds against Dizzy Dean. On deck is Willie Mays. Dean the stretch. Checks Bobby at first. The pitch home to Barry is an X chart. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, it's a 39 on the optional X chart. And Dizzy Dean bounces a curveball that goes to the screen. Bobby Bonds moves up to second base. It's a wild pitch. Now first base is open, but Mays is on deck. Do you walk Barry Bonds to get to Willie Mays? Worrell and Grabowski throwing frantically in the bullpen. The pitch to Barry Bonds. Hey, struck him out. Number 9 for Diz. He comes back and gets Barry Bonds. There's 2 outs now for Mays. 4-3 Cardinals. Mays is 1 for 3. He has struck out twice against the servings of Dizzy Dean. The pitch. That's an open result. Mays. Willie hits it in the air. This is deep. Driving Jimmy Edmonds back. Warning track. And he makes the catch for out number 3. Dizzy Dean pulls another rabbit out of the hat. We've played 7. With your score, St. Louis 4, San Francisco 3, in what can only be labeled at this point as a classic in this first round matchup. All right, so Bumgarner is done. You can put a fork in him. He went 7 innings. He allowed 8 hits. He walked 1 man. He struck out 4. He allowed 4 runs. They're all earned. 2 home runs, and he is in line for the loss unless the Gents can rally. On to pitch is the heavily bearded Brian Wilson, and later on he's going to sing a few tunes from Pet Sounds. Pet sounds or animal noises or whatever. Whatever your favorite Beach Boy album is. And I can assure you, Mike Love will not be involved. It is the top of the 8th, and Brian Wilson will face Pujols, Simmons, and Edmonds, righty, switch, and lefty, 4-5-6 for the Cardinals. All right, so Albert Pujols up there against Wilson. He is 0 for 2. Pitch to Albert is a 34, and that's nothing. Albert swings, and this one is lifted to don't tell me, and I dropped my charts. 12 on a fly ball is left field. That is Barry Bonds, and that is out number 1. So now it's going to be Simmons, the designated hitter, and of course a switch hitter, batting now for St. Louis against Wilson. On deck is Edmonds. Neither Simmons nor Edmonds have any hits today. Neither does Pujols. Cardinals only have, well, they have 8 hits, but none of those guys have any of them. The pitch is a 35. That's nothing on Wilson. Simmons swings, and it's a base hit for Ted Simmons. The DH is at first with a single, and are we going to see a pinch runner now? I think we are. I believe we are going to see a pinch runner, and it's going to be Willie McGee. Willie McGee will run for Simmons at first base with 1 out here in the 8th. Coming up is Edmonds, 0 for 3 with a pair of strikeouts. Wilson, the stretch, and the delivery to Edmonds is a 39. That's open. Edmonds swings, and it's a base hit. This one goes to right field. And around second goes McGee. He's heading for third. There's going to be Cardinals at the corners now with 1 man out. The infield's got to come in again. Matt Carpenter coming up, and out comes Bruce Bochy is coming out. He wants a pitching change. He wants to go to the lefty against Carpenter. Brian Wilson is done. He can go back to making animal noises or pet sounds or whatever it is he makes, and harassing Mike Love for no discernible reason other than that, Mike Love runs on the annoying side as it is. Min and Lavelle back up and throwing in the Giants bullpen. There's Cardinals at the corners. There's 1 out. The Giants infield is in. Righetti is up, and he really needs a strikeout. Matt Carpenter is at the plate. It's a lefty-lefty matchup. Rags, the delivery, is a 30. Nothing. Carpenter swings. And we're going to have something interesting happen here. This is going to be a fly ball off the bat of Carpenter. It's going to Barry Bonds. Tagging is Willie McGee. Willie McGee is a 3, and Willie is coming home. So Barry Bonds makes the catch. The throw home to Posey is in time. Buster applies the tag, and that retires the side. It's a 7-2 soul-crushing, rally-killing, inning-ending double play. And the Giants escape disaster. We go to the bottom of the 8th with your score. Giants still have work to do, mind you, but it's 4-3 St. Louis. And it could be much, much worse. So it's McCovey, Otten, Cepeda, and Dizzy Dean. They are continuing to ride the Dizzy Dean horse. Worrell has taken a seat. It's now Raboski and Suter throwing in the Cardinal bullpen. Lefty-righty double-barreled action for Tony La Russa. So it's McCovey, Otten, Cepeda against Dizzy Dean in the 8th. Cardinals nursing a 1-run lead. The pitch to Stretch. Popped him up on the infield. Matt Carpenter in fair territory calls and takes it for out number 1. Now it's Ott. Ott 0 for 3. The pitch to him from Dizzy Dean is an open result. Ott swings and drills it to right and deep. Back goes Musial, and it's gone. It's out of here, and it's a 4-4 ball game in the bottom of the 8th. Now La Russa comes out of the bullpen, out of the dugout, and he is waving for Suter to come on here in the bottom of the 8th. Dizzy Dean is done. He went 7 1/3 innings, 5 hits, one of them a homer. He walked 4. He struck out 9. He allowed 4 runs. They're all earned. He will not get a decision in today's ball game. And how big now does Barry Bonds throwing out Willie McGee at home in the top of the 8th look? So Suter is on. He has been replaced in the bullpen now by Worrell. And the Giants are tied. Cepeda is 0 for 2. He's up there now against Suter. You thought Mel Ott could only hit home runs in the Polo Grounds. He just went deep at the stick. On deck is Jeff Kent. Suter winds and deals. Nothing. Cepeda swings. This is hit on the ground to Matt Carpenter at third base. He's up with it and fires to Pujols for out number 2 in the 8th. Classic ball game going on here. Don't forget the secondary store tonight at 6 p.m. Jeff Kent 1 for 3. Suter's delivery. Hey, struck him out, and that retires the side. Second strikeout for Kent. We've played 8, and we've decided nothing. Your score, St. Louis 4, San Francisco 4. So what happens when you get a great first-round matchup in a blind draw? All right, so Righetti back out to face Yadi Molina, Ozzie Smith, and Lou Brock with Minton and Lavelle throwing behind him. Molina homered to put the Cardinals ahead in the 7th. He's 1 for 3. Righetti winds and deals. Open result. Molina swings. He hits it on the ground. And it's gloved by Orlando Cepeda. He's going to flip to Righetti covering, and there's one gone in the 9th. Here comes Ozzie. He's 1 for 3. Righetti kicks and deals. Nothing. Ozzie swings. This one's hit on the ground to Brandon Crawford. He's up with it and throws to Cepeda for out number 2. Now it's Brock, lefty-lefty matchup. Brock has been disaster for the Giants today. 3 for 4, 4 stolen bases, 2 runs scored. Havoc everywhere. 2 outs in the 9th. The pitch to Lou. Hey, struck him out. Righetti with the broccoli cauliflower medley. Gas! Bottom of the 9th. The Giants with a chance to walk it off against Suter. A Hall of Famer, but everybody's a Hall of Famer in this game. Brandon Crawford, Bobby Bonds, Buster Posey are due. Crawford 0 for 2 today. He also got dotted by Dizzy Dean. Jack Clark is going to bat for Crawford. And he's going to try and give Suter the Niedenfuhr treatment. Bobby Bonds is on deck. It's a righty-righty matchup. Suter winds and deals. Popped him up. Yadi Molina throws away the mask and makes the catch for out number 1. Now it's Bobby Bonds. Suter winds and delivers. Nothing. Bobby swings. He hits a split-fingered fastball on the ground. Gloved by Carpenter. He throws to Pujols for out number 2. Last chance saloon before extra innings is Buster Posey. Buster is 0 for 3. 4-4 game, bottom of the ninth. 0 for 3 for Buster today, a walk and a run scored. The pitch from Suter. Nay, struck him out. And we're going to have an extra inning ball game today. We're going to the 10th with your score. St. Louis 4, San Francisco 4. And with a classic like this, why not? Why not extra innings? All right, so Righetti is done. Coming in out of the San Francisco bullpen is one of my favorites, Greg Minton. And he is going to take over the mound duties for the G-Men. Hornsby, Musial, and Pujols, 2, 3, 4 coming up for St. Louis in the top of the 10th. Hornsby is 1 for 4. The pitch from Minton. Hit in the air. Not deep. Under it is Barry Bonds for out number 1. Stan Musial, 2 for 4. The pitch to Stan from Minton is an open result. Musial, base hit to right. Drops in front of Bobby Bonds. He gloves it and throws it back in. The Cardinals have a base runner with 1 out, and here's Pujols. Albert's 0 for 3. The pitch from Minton is nothing. Hey, struck him out. Minton gets him with one of those sinkers. And there's 2 gone in the 10th. Now it's Willie McGee with Musial still at first. Minton the stretch. The delivery to Willie. It's hit on the ground. It's another sinker. And it's gloved by Jeff Kent. He gloves it and throws to Cepeda. And the Cardinals are retired in inning number 10. We go to the bottom of the 10th with your score. St. Louis 4, San Francisco 4. Suter is done. And it's Al Raboski. The Mad Hungarian is on for the Cardinals. There is no action in the bullpen for St. Louis. This is Al Raboski's show, and he is putting on a show. All right, so we got Barry Bonds, Willie Mays, Willie McCovey, lefty, righty, lefty. Barry Bonds at the plate. He's 1 for 3 today. His biggest contribution has been defensively when he threw out Willie McGee trying to tag and score on Matt Carpenter's fly ball in the 8th. Pitch to Bonds. It's a 34, nothing. Barry swings and hits it high to center field. Under it is Jimmy Edmonds. He is going to make the catch. And oh my goodness, one more biscuit for breakfast and Barry Bonds wins this game for San Francisco. Now it's Mays, 1 for 4. He tripled home 2 runs way back in the first inning. Hrabosky the stretch and the delivery. He walked him. He walks Willie Mays. 1 out, 1 on for Stretch McCovey with Mel Ott on deck. Do you send Mays here? He's down to a 2. No, you don't. All right. Hrabosky the stretch. The pitch to Stretch. That's nothing on Hrabosky's card. McCovey, base hit. He bangs a single. Where does it go? It's going to center field. They can have Mays try and go to third. He is going for it. He's around second. Edmonds is going to fire to third base to try and get him. Willie, the slide is safe. And the throw goes over Carpenter's head. Mays is going to score. And the Giants walk it off. Holy Toledo. Let's recapture that one. McCovey hits a single to right center. Mays was on first. He goes around second, heading for third, and the play was going to be close if the throw was good. But Jimmy Edmonds airmailed Matt Carpenter, and it went into the dugout. Mays scored on the overthrow. And the ball game is over. The Giants walk it off on the Edmonds error. It's a 5-4 San Francisco winner. Let's give you the totals. For the victorious Giants, 5 runs on 6 hits. And they committed 1 error. The Cardinals, on the other hand, 4 runs, 12 hits, and they committed 2 errors. The winning pitcher is Greg Minton. The tough luck loser is Al Hrabosky. The Cardinals are eliminated. The Giants advance. This is Superstar Baseball. Thank you for being with me. Don't forget the secondary store tonight at 6 Central. Have a good day. So long, everybody.